welcome back to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. My name is Martin Lang. We're here at Decanter, and I'm super excited to do this one. I haven't tried it before, and it's one of my favorite whiskies. It's the Longmorn 23-year-old. We have done a few episodes of the Longmorn by now. We did the secret distillery editions, the 18, 23 and 25. Those were double maturation casks that were specifically done for a special release, directly brought from the UK to here in Australia. They're actually quite hard to get, and they were all delicious. As I said before in those videos, Longmorn just doesn't do a bad whiskey. Now, a little bit of history on Longmorn. It was established in 1894 by John Duff. He did so well on the whiskey in itself that 3 years later, they opened Ben-Ryack. Unfortunately, during the late 1800s, the whiskey boom and the economy went pear-shaped, and they sold the distillery to the Grants. Now, Grants, since then until the 1970s, they were using the whiskey specifically for blends. Now, the distillery itself, until 1970, they only had 4 stills. In the 1970s, they had another 4. And they produced most of the whiskey goes to Chivas Regal. In the 70s, Longmorn got bought by Chivas Regal Brothers, and then later on, Chivas Regals got bought by Pernod Ricard. Now, the distillery itself, until this, the other previous double and triple maturation releases, they were only doing the 16-year-old and the 23-year-old. The 23-year-old is actually quite expensive compared to the other releases as well, but it's the packaging and the bottle in itself is actually outstanding. The other interesting fact about Longmorn as well is the access to the water. Usually other distilleries, they do they have rivers or lakes. This one is an underground water source that produces a very crystal clear, beautiful, lovely tasting water, so that goes into the whiskey in itself. This one in particular is bottled at 48% ABV. The bottle and the packaging is actually outstanding. It's probably one of my favorite looking whiskies for the packaging itself. It's a really heavy bottle, and similar to what the 16 does, it has like a little bottom at the bottom. The 16-year-old is more like out of leather. This one has a silver, and it's actually outstanding. It's like a really heavy, solid decanter. Now, this is, as I said before, this is bottled at 48 ABV, and it's 100% aged in American oak. That's impressive. There it goes. So the color is actually quite dark for American oak, but obviously 23-year-olds is a fair bit of time. They don't say, basically that's it, to be honest. It's 100% American oak, and it's just produce a very, very fine whiskey. Oh wow, that's delicious. It's very, very different to any other Longmorns as well. The 16 is a lot more fruity, a more lighter. And then when we try the other 18, the 23 and the 25 for the secret editions, they are a lot more as well lighter, a lot of like pears and apples and like quite fresh flavor. This one, on the other hand, is actually a lot more spicy. It has a lot more aromas like dry cherries, cinnamon spices. It's like a lot more spicy whiskey. Again, 48% ABV. It doesn't taste like a 48 ABV, and this will go down very smoothly. Thank you very much for listening, and hope you enjoy this one, and we'll see you next time. Slanjaba.